everything we have and everything that we are going to have in this world is a reflection of our value that we view we have. It's not a reflection of the value that other people see us through. It's what we think we're worth. Welcome to the third quarter, a podcast dedicated to leaving the past behind and shooting towards a much brighter future. I am your host, Ace, and I am grateful to be here today. I have a blessed episode to bring you today. Today, we're going to talk about you are worth it. You are worth it. And however that connected with you, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. So if you are questioning your worth, if you're questioning if you can do this, if you're questioning if you have what it takes, this episode is for you. So before we get into it, I would just ask if you do one of three things. If you find value in this episode, if you have found value in past episodes and you haven't done one of these three things yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you would do one of these three, which would be leave a kind review, rate us 5 stars, or share this with a friend or family member or someone that you care about, because you never know who could use this at this exact moment. So you are worth it. This is going to be short and sweet. You're worth it. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care where you've been. I don't care where you at. You are worth it. If you are doubting your abilities, you are worth it. If you're doubting your talent, you are worth it. If you're doubting if you can ever find love again, you're worth it. If you're doubting that this business needs to stop, or you're never going to write a book, or you shouldn't do the podcast because you got limiting beliefs, I'm telling you, you are worth it. You are not here by accident, my friend. You are here on purpose, and I need you to believe that. I cannot believe that for you. Your parents can't, your partner can't. You can't believe that for you. You got to believe it for yourself. And I just hope that at the end of this podcast, it sinks into you just how worth it you are to keep going. No one said it was going to be easy. No one said it was going to be sunshine and rainbows. No one said that it was just going to be a breeze. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. Now, it doesn't need to be as hard as we make it. It doesn't need to be as challenging as we make it. Sometimes I think we get in our own way and we add stuff to the equation that just doesn't need to be there. But by and large, you're worth it. And I really need you to get that. You're worth it. It's okay. It's all good. Yeah, you may not be where you want to be. Okay, you may be single. That's okay. Your content may not be popping. That's okay. You may be a little out of shape. That's okay. You're not the only one. I lost 60 pounds in the last year. I was where you at. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't stay there because I realized my value and I realized how worth it I was. I deserved to be healthy. This wasn't about for anybody else. It was because I had allowed myself to get in my own way and to lower my wealth and my value and my worth. Your health is your wealth. So the least healthy you are, the least wealthy you will be. I'm not talking about just from a money standpoint. I'm talking about life. Your currency goes down. You are shortening your lifespan. You are shortening the ability for you to enjoy life by not being healthy. So your wealth comes down. And I didn't want to do that anymore. I value me too much. I believe in me too much. Even the moments when I didn't believe enough, I still believed in myself a lot. I had enough faith of a mustard seed, and that's all that God asks, is to have a faith of a mustard seed. And so that's what I'm asking you to have, faith of a mustard seed. You are worthy. You are worthy enough to go after those goals, to go after those dreams, to do the things that you've always dreamed of as a kid. You're worthy. You're only going to be alive once, man. That's it. And once it's it. And no matter what you believe on the afterlife, but from a physical standpoint, you ain't going to be here. But the results of you being here can last a lifetime. And not just a lifetime, but multiple lifetimes. You have something on the inside of you that can change people's worlds, change people's lives, make them happier, make them have more joy, longevity, bring families closer together, help people transform. Like, you have that. You have an audience. You have people that are waiting for you. They're waiting for you to show up. They're waiting for you to take the reins and go. They're waiting for you. People were waiting for me. I didn't have to convince people to listen to me. I didn't have to convince people to, follow my content or to be a part of my community. They were waiting for me. Once I made myself findable, they found me. And the people that are for you, the people that are going to read your book and listen to your podcast and buy your product and invest in your business, and the person that's going to marry you, they're already there. They just need to know you exist. You don't need to create any of that. You just have to show up to it. Ace, you don't understand. Like, you don't know what I've been through. Okay, like, you're right. I don't. But I promise you this, there's someone out there that has had it worse than you by your standards and is out there doing it. You are not the only one going through a hard time. And I think that's probably a lot of our problems when we're going through a tough time, is we think we're the only ones, or we don't realize that there's like 8 billion people in the world and we all have problems at the same time. Like, we're not the only ones that's going through something, but it feels like it when you are. So I want to be empathetic and I want to sympathize with you, but I also want to be honest with you. Life goes on. It just does. When you drive your car and you're pissed off and you're upset, you're driving by hundreds and thousands of people that are frustrated and upset too. And some of them, a lot of them, have more things to be upset than you do. It's always not as bad as you think. But I can guarantee you this: no matter how bad you may be feeling, how angry, how frustrated you feel right now, none of that is going to compare to the feeling of regret. It just won't. When you get to the end of your life and you never went for it and you just settled because you didn't believe you deserved it or you were worthy enough, when you have your last moments, like, you are going to regret it. And I'm trying to save you from you having to have that inner dialogue when you don't have to. But you do have to believe you're worth it. You have to believe that you're not here on accident. You're here on purpose, and God doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't do anything mediocre. He doesn't do anything subpar. It's excellence only. And that's you. So, what you gonna do? In the words of the immortal Hulk Hogan, what you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do? You're gonna sit back and be like, oh, okay, AC, I hear you, but you don't understand. Okay, Ace, I hear you, but is that what you're gonna do for the rest of your life? Cool. I love you, praying for you, but don't come near me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I don't want that. You don't know nothing about that. I don't want that. I'm not saying that you got to be motivated and hunky-dory and put on, like, no, like, you can feel. I'm not saying be a robot, but I'm saying, damn, like, you just going to accept that this is how life is always going to be for you? You're just going to settle? You really think that you're the only one in the world that has your problem? You think you're the only one in the world that has ever gone through what you are going through? You're not. And there's someone that has gone through exactly what you've gone through and did it and made it and grew and blew up and followed their dreams, pursued it and did it. There are examples out there. They are not more special than you. They are not more talented than you. They just made a decision to persevere because they knew their value. Everything we have and everything that we are going to have in this world is a reflection of our value that we view we have. It's not a reflection of the value that other people see us through. It's what we think we're worth. No one is going to give you something of higher value than you view it, because if you get it, you will sabotage it because you don't believe you deserve to have it. You are worth it. You're worth it. You're worth fighting another day. You're worth taking another attempt. You're worth writing the first page, recording the first episode. I'm 40 episodes in already. Can I tell you the tossing and turning and the contemplating and the doubting of just recording the first episode, the amount of energy that I expended with the name and the episodes, and I need to have this, or what about that? All these things that I was bringing into the equation that didn't need to be there. The first episode was the hardest. And then after that, I just did 40 more. You know what I'm saying? But the first one was so hard because you're battling yourself. Is anybody going to want to listen? How's my voice sound? Am I everything that you doubt about yourself is starting at the start line. It's not at the finish line. It's at the start line. So you not thinking that you're worthy is a part of it because you have to prove it to yourself. It's not just about saying, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. You have to show yourself. You need to display that you are so you believe it. The only way that you're going to believe that you're worth it is not just about believing what God says. It's not just about saying what he said and saying that you're worth it. You've got to take action to show that you're worth it. You've got to prove it to yourself. The way I podcast now in comparison to March is night and day because my confidence and my certainty and my ability and my talent and my gifting is at an all-time high, not because I'm more talented than the next person, but it's because I show up every single week. Like I do this. I'm a host of a show. I have my own show. And 80% of all the podcasts that have ever come out since 2007 never make it past 9 episodes. And I've made 4 times those amounts. You know what I mean? So I separate myself from the pack just by being consistent. I don't have to be good. I just have to be consistent. But I know I'm good. But my consistency is what makes it certain to me. So coming into the first episode, all these thoughts about, can I do this? That's gone now. Now I just turn it on. I know what I'm going to talk about. I have a script and I just go. And it's like this one right here, I don't have a script. I'm just going. I'm just talking. This is coming from, I hope this goes from my mouth to your heart because transformation comes from the heart. It comes to the heart. It's not to the mind. It's to the heart. You're worth it, man. These last 12 months of my life was a documentation that I'm worth it. If you look at how I looked last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago to now, I don't even look like the same person. It's crazy. But one side was I'm not worth it. And now it's just you damn right I'm worth it. And I'm going to display it every single day. And I'm going to let you know every single day, not to show you that I know I'm worth it, but to show you that you are worth it. So Turn that frown upside down, Charlie Brown. Get your ass up. Take another shot. Write another song. Write another poem. Write another page. Record your first episode. Take your first steps in the gym. Ask that person out. Like, you're worth it. But you have got to show yourself through actions every day that you are, because the confidence is not just going to come out of thin air. It needs proof. You need to prove to yourself that you're worth it by displaying it. So I don't know what areas of life you don't feel that you're worth it in, but I'm telling you, you are, but you got to go out and prove it. You're never going to be ready. You're never going to be 100% ready. It's never going to be the perfect conditions. It's never going to be everything's falling into place, but you are ready enough and you have enough resourcefulness stored inside of you that offsets your lack of resources. You're waiting for resources and God is like, I gave you resourcefulness. What are we talking about? You're worth it, man. And I'm telling you, as soon as you take your first step, or you get up and you take your second step, you fall down, you get up, you take your third step. The moment you decide that this is who you're going to be, no matter how it looks, how it sounds, how uncomfortable it is, life opens up. Life conforms to you without it telling you you need to change. No, it's going to change for you. You won't have to conform to life. It will conform to you. Opportunities will start knocking. People will start reaching out and be like, hey, I noticed you got a podcast, blah, 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 blah. Hey, we got a team. Like, you're going to be in a coffee shop radiating with so much confidence in your identity that you're going to be attractive to someone that's in there that's going to approach you. Like, that's how it works. But it starts with you knowing that you're worth it. And I promise you, in closing, the moment you declare to yourself that you're worth it, and the moment you go out in the world and you show that you're worth it, is the moment that everything you ever dreamed of comes knocking at your door. You won't even be able to get any rest because all these opportunities keep knocking. But it starts with you knowing that you are worth it. I hope this episode blessed you. If anyone came to mind, please share it. I love you so much. Be safe, be blessed, and thank you for listening to the Third Quarter Podcast.